Parents, listen up. There is an absolute epidemic of defamation that is attacking our kids. In this video, I'm going to explain to you what you can do to stop this, what you must do to stop this. In this video, I'm going to give you a link to tools that every single parent needs to download to start thinking about what defamation means in the context of our children. We live in an age where schoolyard taunts, bullying, and harassment are far exceeding what you and I could even conceive of as children. The online mobs that can start attacking children, start piling on, and they are incessant. It's up to parents to understand what's going on, and that means probing our own children. That means accessing their devices. That means really getting engaged with what's happening in their online lives. Listen, there is a reason why some countries, Australia notably, have prohibited online access for teens. This is certainly appropriate, but that's not going to happen here in this country. So the burden is on you as a parent to understand what your kid is going through and what your kid is doing online. There have been far too many stories out there across this country where children have become the victim of the online mob, the messaging, the images, the online taunts, the harassment that is occurring, and in many cases it's occurring with rapid and intense frequency. Defamation is in the same category of cyber stalking, cyberbullying, and cyber harassment. It is one of the most serious threats that our children face, and parents need to step up, listen, and understand what this is. Educators, administrators, psychologists, and therapists need to understand what it is, and frankly, the legal community needs to step up and do a better job. Because the reality is this. There are tools that are immediately effective and immediately available to every single parent. Hell, they're available to children as well. And you don't need a lawyer. In some cases, law and lawyers are going to have to be involved. But if you cannot afford them, if you don't want to get them involved, do it yourself. March on down to small claims court and get that case filed. But in the extreme cases where you have repetitive conduct, when it is extreme, when efforts of parents to communicate with other parents to make this stop don't work, when efforts of administrators to communicate with the perpetrators on behalf of the victim and it doesn't stop, then it's time to get lawyers involved. And parents need to understand on both sides of this equation. If you're the victim, you as a parent must step up. Again, I've talked about the long-term harm that occurs to your child when the child is the repetitive victim of this behavior and you haven't done anything about it, or you've gone to the administrators, you've done what you think was appropriate, and that doesn't work. Sometimes it makes it worse, right? You go and talk to the administrators. There's no consequence to the perpetrators, and so your kid just becomes more and more of a target of this. But the bottom line is this. I promise you that the conduct will stop instantly the moment lawyers are involved. When these perpetrators over here, when their parents get hit with the lawsuit, it's going to stop. It's going to stop in a really meaningful way. So this is the conduct. This is the conduct that you must engage in to stop this behavior. We've got a link in here that gives you the tools as parents that you need to do in order to preserve this and collect the evidence and put the perpetrators of the attacks on notice. You need to download that information, and then you need to upload the examples of the defamation and the statements to mydefamationfirm.com. It's time to stop online harassment, bullying, defamation. We need to have a community conversation in schools and in communities in which this is occurring. Educators need to be aware of it. And I promise you that there's going to be a lesson for people, for the children, for the parents that are allowing their children to perpetrate these kinds of acts upon victims of defamation. So, like and subscribe, download those tools, and let's all work together to stop immediately the attacks that are occurring to children, set a precedent, protect others, download the information, protect your own child.